Hey guys, this is Blue Forest. So rather than taking Wheeljack into the showcase mission, doing that boring mission, we're going to just kind of do a walkthrough here against Mixmaster. So the goal here is not to have a perfect fight. We're going to get beat up. We're going to take some damage. I want to show you off, his real strengths, where he shines in terms of his shielding, his healing, his upgrades, all of that. And so Wheeljack is a very versatile bot with a lot of utility, one of the most widely used in the game. And so his upgrades are very central to his kit. So you use a heavy, you will get one of 3 upgrades randomly. It is RNG based. If you get hit by a melee crit, which I just did, it will fail, but it doesn't matter because you can do it again. So the purple one that I just got is a power upgrade. It gives him increased power rate and increases the chance of landing power leaks. The blue one is defensive and increases damage resistance and increases the chance of him landing stun. And the orange one is offensive, so it gives him increased attack rating and increased chance of landing shock. So because he can land one of those 3 or all of those 3 debuffs with his specials. So we're going to go ahead and heal now with the special 3. If you want to heal, you have to have 3 upgrades because it's about having 3 upgrades. That's what triggers the healing. And when you use the special 3, it reassigns all the upgrades he has to the first one that you got. And so now I have 3 power upgrades, which is very exciting and fun because his power rate goes way up and you can land power leaks over and over again. It makes it really easy to sort of control the fight. And he can just land special 1 after special 1. Super fun. So let's get beat up some more here. I want to be able to kind of show off what makes him such a safety net. I mean, he's kind of the ultimate safety net. Other bots can heal, but he has just a really interesting combination of abilities here. Now, if you want to be able to change the upgrades you have, you do what I just did by using the special 2. Because again, the upgrades are random, but one way that you can sort of manipulate it is you use a special 2 and then it will randomly replace all the upgrades, right? So you still can't control them, but if you have, let's say, 3 defensive, you want a chance at power or offense, use a special 2, you get different upgrades, right? So now I have 2 power and 1 defensive. So that's the one way that you can kind of change it up. Or, like I said with the special 3, if you remember the first upgrade that you got, you will get it. You will get 3 of the same one, which can be super useful, particularly power rate and offense. So I'm gonna let him smack me around some more. Now, obviously, this is LOC1. The bots don't hit all that hard, but that's okay. I mean, that's kind of the point because Wheeljack can take a real beating. Even in tougher fights than this, where they hit harder, and still recover a lot of health and so forth. So. We will heal again. Okay, let me dodge this. Okay, so we're gonna heal again, and I just took a ton of hits, but we're gonna go back up to almost 100% because he will heal between 10 and 20% every time. You can't control that, but it'll always be at least 10%, and so that makes it super helpful as well. And I'm lucky here because, of course, I still have 3 power upgrades. You're not always going to get the upgrades that you want, but that's why, like I said, you use that special 2 and you can change them. Now you can also heal with the special 2 or even without it if you get 3 of the same upgrade, because that's what will trigger the healing. But if you want the guaranteed healing, that's why you use the special 3, because it will always convert the upgrades to the same one as the first one that you got. Now, of course, with his shield, right? So at 75, 50, and 25%, it will activate. Even at low sig, it is a few seconds, and that might not seem like much, but it's actually enough, because if you get hit by something big, like a special, well, that's funny. I let him hit me with that special 1, but I forgot that it wasn't actually going to activate the shield. I thought it might, but it doesn't hit hard enough, but that's okay. So anyway, we're gonna heal again here, and we're back up to 100% again, even though I've taken a lot of hits. And so with the shield though, right, so even at low sig, like I said, it might only be 2 or 3 seconds, but if you get hit by a special, as long as it's not a DOT special, because you have to remember that things like bleed and shock will penetrate the shield, but if it's not a DOT special, if you're at 90%, you eat a special, you'll just go down to 75, that's it, whereas you might have fallen much further in a different scenario. And the nice thing is that if you heal, right, you go back above 75%, well, then the shield will activate again at 75% or 50%, right? So you can make really good use of those shields in really long fights, really difficult fights. Now, some people will use nano repair. I wouldn't recommend it unless Wheeljack is your top bot or you're doing something like very high level AMs or things like LOC3. Just because it's only useful for Wheeljack, it is great for him, but it's not necessary. I mean, unless you're really heavily invested in him and you're doing D90 plus or whatever, you really don't need nano repair because the shield will still save you. And so in this fight, I got hit over 40 times. Most other bots, certainly non-healing bots, would have ended the fight at much lower health, and I ended the fight at almost 100. So he's got great utility, great debuffs, lots of healing, he's got his shielding, and so he's worth investing in even if he's not your top bot. He's definitely not my top bot, he's not my top tech, but he has a lot going for him. So mine's rank 6, 0 Forge, Sig 16. The upgrades do, by the way, go up with rank, which is nice. And so the defensive upgrade is going to give you 22% damage resistance at rank 6, and the offensive one will give you 33% attack, and the power one will give you 22% power rate. And of course, if you get multiple of the same one, it goes up even more. And then the debuffs have a 10 to 60% chance to land at base, but every upgrade gives you a 20% increased chance to land each debuff. Now, Wheeljack is not the hardest hitting bot at all. He will generally take longer to finish fights than some other bots. Other techs can certainly do more damage, but all of his specials are useful. His special 1 and 2 are both pretty good. His special 3 is not very strong, but it heals. And I want to mention, though, his shock is amazing. He's doing 200% attack over 6 seconds. It's a ton of shock damage. A lot of people don't realize that. So if you want to master Wheeljack, have a sense of his upgrades, what they do, what they are, how they operate, how to change them, how to use them to your advantage. And then in terms of synergies, he's got good ones with many of the Autobots, but I just want to highlight the upgrade that he will give to bots like Grim and Jazz and Scout B, because he will randomly give them one upgrade in fights as well if you like to use those kinds of bots. So I'll leave it there, but let me know if you have any questions, and we'll speak again soon.